Right, well, it's a lovely May Day, and 24th to be precise, 2 days before my birthday. And once again, for the third year running, I'm spending this period, including my birthday, in the lovely city of Prague. So it transpires that I have to be here because of meetings and things like that, which have been decided not so much by my person, but by other persons. But of course it gives us the opportunity, and I've got a bit of glare pointing this way, which hopefully I can avoid. Maybe I can go on the floor or something. But which doesn't make it that interesting while I'm doing that. But at any event, what I have is an opportunity to make another film. There's the public house, as it's called, Občanský dom. So the thing that we're walking by now is Powder Tower. That's the National Bank, Český Národní banka. It's a bit on the hot side. And of course the Prague is further south than the usual stomping ground of mine, which is Warsaw. So that's the Powder Tower up there. So make sure that I always pull back when I magnify, because otherwise it's too wobbly. But I'm now going to one of these AGM thingies. In fact, I'm going to the AGM of one of the chambers of commerces. I don't want to get into which one and all of that stuff, but should be a nice evening, listening to chamber matters and voting for the new board. But around either side of it I can have a little walk and pursue my weight loss objectives, and show you some of this place, which you've probably seen a few times already on my videos, but it changes and you never know what might happen, so I carry on filming regardless. And of course you never know when an interesting insight might fall into my head. On a warm day like this, it's a place full of insights. So always worth the film. I'm sure that my viewers will enjoy it one way or another, whether for the insights or not, or just for the sights. But it's a nice place. Na příkopě is what this is called. You have to work hard to get the sound which is represented by an R with a hat on, like that. Na příkopě. You have to go. Now, for those of you that have watched my Roll Your R's video, you might think rolling the R as it is for languages like Russian or Polish is hard enough, but going na příkopě is quite another dimension of linguistic difficulty. In fact, that letter, the was actually placed in the Guinness Book of Records that I had when I was a boy, given to me one Christmas, I think, in my sleeping bag. I had sleeping bag rather than a stocking because I was spoiled. And later on we had them around the tree. We had presents around the tree afterwards, which I think was preferable. And in fact, that's the way I've done it afterwards with the our home, is just to keep them around the tree the whole time rather than worry about sleeping bags and things like that. I don't think I've got any sleeping bags, but when we were young, we had sleeping bags because my family used to take us camping. I'll come back to that question of camping in a minute. But basically, that sound was in the Guinness Book of Records as the hardest sound appearing in language, because it appeared in the diction of young children in the Czech Republic late in their development, later than all these strange clicks and whistles do in the development of children from these bush languages in southern Africa, with what appears to us to be very strange sounds. They apparently are mastered by their children at an earlier age than the is mastered by Czech children. So if you're a phonologist or a phoneticist or a Phoenician sailor, then you should be interested to know or to try to master the sound. And when you have it, you can use it in different situations. Let's imagine that somebody's interrupting you. Just telling them shh is, a little bit weak. It sounds almost, kind of like namby-pamby to go shh to somebody. If you can go at them instead, like a rattlesnake, that's why, you wouldn't interrupt a Czech guy when he's ranting away, because you'll get a instead of just shh. So can be useful. Anyway, back to the question of camping. When I was young, my parents used to like to take us to France, and in order to save some money and get a bit more value in the holiday, and of course teachers have not that much money but long holidays, so we had to find some cheap way of holidaying, and the answer was camping. These days as well, there's a guy called Camping Around who thinks he has a lot of answers that other people don't have. I think the moral of the story is, if you think you've got some insights that everybody else hasn't got, you may be right and you may be wrong.